I think it would be really bad for the area. In my view, the future of Ramsgate Port and Harbour is in leisure use, and we need to be putting a lot more money into that. And the idea that we're going to have breeze block manufacturing, wood reprocessing, whatever, is not good for the port at all. We've got lots of people moving down here, opening businesses, willing to invest their money in the town, and if we've got that sort of work going on right in the centre of Ramsgate, it wouldn't be good. My personal view is that we are right on the cusp of doing something really important here with the Ramsgate tunnels reopening and Thanet Council bringing forward plans to turn the pier yard just over there in front of the Maritime Museum into a community space, and with the arches reopening. If we can get some movement on the pavilion building and pleasure armour, then we're going to have quite an offer for people to come down here and use the seafront. You know, we've already got some of the most beautiful coastline in the entire country. We can get some of these derelict buildings back into use. We've got such an amazing offer.
I went to the public meeting where the outline proposal for the concrete works and the wood treatment plant were being considered, and I think it's madness. I think it's total madness. We've got the Pleasure Armour site, which now is hopefully going to be redeveloped into high-end housing, suitable housing. Can you imagine if you were going to purchase one of those expensive apartment flats and you're going to be overlooking a concrete works at the other end of the docks? It's madness. I'm a keen sea kayaker. I kayak all around this coast around here, down the sea colony around here, and I think it would be a totally retrograde step. We have emerging in the next 5 years, we've got the new theme park opening in the north of Kent. Now that's been projected that there's going to be 6 million journeys, additional journeys made from Europe into Kent to go to that facility. I think that's going to completely outdo the capacity of Dover for the time being, so I think Ramsgate's got to reopen. The people of Ostend who've come over here and demonstrated that they want the ferry services to reopen. I think it's got to be a working harbour, it's got to be a yacht marina, it's got to be a leisure destination, which is totally incompatible with concrete works and a wood pulping yard. As far as the pollution issues, absolutely unacceptable. The regulator has to be involved, and serious sanctions have to be laid against the people that are responsible for that water treatment plant. And certainly I will be asking up to the election about what steps have been taken to mitigate and make sure that hasn't happened this year. It's completely unacceptable, and it's done untold damage to the reputation of Thanet. And we go back to this brand issue. It's completely unacceptable, and it should be challenged. And if there is any, we would demand there's an update plan of what's gone on since last year to make sure that it doesn't happen again. And significant fines should be placed on the provider if it happens again, because it's totally foreseeable now and it shouldn't happen again.
You know, what this area has is its seaside and its beauty, and its there has been a lack of industry here, and that has led to there isn't any pollution at the moment. Putting a concrete factory in the port is just plainly ridiculous, but this is the sort of thing Thanet District Council would come up with. Something to do with money. It's always dodgy. I mean, what kind of vision for Ramsgate seafront is a concrete factory in the port? It's plainly stupid. You know, that's what the Reality Party has, is a clear vision to attract tourism and investment into the area, and that's just putting it backwards. That is just ending all investment into the area.
The rumour or the proposed plan of the O'Regan cement works is absolutely awful. Why put something like that in the middle of such a beautiful area? I love Ramsgate Port, and I love Ramsgate Harbour. The port at the moment is just derelict. It's like Manston Airport. It's just absolute crime to leave that port empty. It needs something doing with it. It could bring in tourism. It could bring, you could have all sorts of things there. You could have a marina like the one they have at Brighton, if you've been there, with shops and restaurants and parking, even some local housing, parking. The parking's not brilliant in Ramsgate or any of Thanet, so you could have parking. It's a huge area. You could do so much there, and also bring in maybe some local businesses like fishing trips, sightseeing trips around the coast. Bring back some old traditional crafts, for tourist industry. So much you can do down there.
Well, I think we need to be really, really careful about what goes on in Ramsgate Port and in the harbour. There are sites of special scientific interest. There's a marine conservation area, and there's a European special area of protection, all within the area of the port and harbour. These are very unique scientific and ecological sites, and we really do need to do as much as we can to protect the environment and the nature around the port. So I think we need to be careful. We need to be regulating what developments go here, and of course the thing that immediately comes to mind is the discussion about the O'Regan concrete block factory. I really don't feel it's an appropriate place to have a concrete block factory that's messing around with chemicals and sand and aggregates and creating noise, vibration and dust. I think it's totally the wrong place to locate that, right next to these scientific sites. They've been designated for a reason, and we need to protect that heritage, and that's a reason, especially like Pegwell Bay, where the port is so near to it. I mean, that's a unique site, and the people of Thanet love Pegwell Bay and really respect the fact that we have got this unique environment, and I think we need to be careful with planning permission and granting licence for people to develop there, and we need to protect what we've got.
Well, I've been at a number of meetings and spoken very vocally in opposition to the O'Regan proposals for a concrete block manufacture and also wood chipping. Now, I've got personal experience of exactly this type of industry from the Medway towns, because exactly the same things were happening in Chatham Docks. Now, the concrete block manufacturer in Medway, in Chatham Docks, caused dust across a mile in all directions in Medway. And the wood chip is the most dangerous, because it ferments in the summer when it's a wet summer, and you get this awful stink, and this stink descended across Medway. It's exactly the same thing proposed for the old port area of Ramsgate. I'm fully opposed to it, and it must not happen. What we need to do is a new plan for the whole of Ramsgate, because this could be, and many people have said it, the Monaco of the South East. It is the most fantastic marina with very close connections to Ostend and France. It's a place that I've been boating out of for very many years because it is such a fantastically located place. This is the vision I have, that it could be the heart of regeneration, and it is indeed part of my 5-point regeneration plan for Ramsgate. So